Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Shravan and Diksha, for being here. Hope you guys are doing well on a Saturday evening.
Very good. Good evening, Vijetha.
Good evening. Good evening.
How are you? All good.
All well. All well. Thank you.
Super. Thanks to the audience. Wonderful to have you all with us. And it's a good Saturday. So really interested, really excited for this session. This may be the last of what we call the lockdown, say lockdown tuck. I think soon a lot of good news. A lot of the lockdown is being lifted, and we're having a lot of like obviously a lot of people enthusiastic going back to office. So maybe the last, but we never know, right? Depends on the governments. So today, we have a very interesting session planned. Vijetha also joining us, and this is really about everything to do with remote sales. Specifically, we're talking two things here. With Vijetha will be covering. I'll be covering something apart from that. So maybe Vijetha, you want to go first today, or how would you like it, or do you want me to go?
But whatever works. Do you have a presentation that you want to start? Yeah. You want to
Yes,
start?
I have a small deck which I'll just
Yes,
go
yes,
through.
yes.
So I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. So today, folks, I have something interesting, and this is, I'll just share my screen with you, and of course, we can discuss more details a lot later. So I hope my screen is visible. Audience can full screen it, full screen my video to see the whole thing. Today we're covering something called the essential list of work from home tools. I think today we all know, we live in a remote economy. Whether people are going to go back to the office or not, I think we will be in a hybrid culture. So if not 100% remote, I would say well over 50% remote becomes very important to have this. So let's see the very first thing, right? I mean, this is a very basic step, but I think quite a few times we have seen that there are issues with this also. Typically, when you're doing professional or official calls, the most important is to have actually a computer. And by a computer, we mean a laptop or a desktop, having a camera, and of course, you want to have headphones, right? You don't want to use the speaker of that computer because of a lot of external noises, etc. And of course, it has to be connected. By connected, we mean internet. It has to be connected to the internet. So this is really a kind of 101, very basic kind of thing that's needed, but many times overlooked. The second is what we call a dedicated workspace, right? And this is a very important point. I mean, like when you look at the office really was our dedicated workspace, right? Not many of us took work back home. Most of us work would end in the office, and then we had this huge shift to remote work, to what we call work from home, and that was the real problem, right? We didn't have a dedicated workspace. Now, by workspace, some people may think it's your work from home setup, which is inside your room. Well, that's important, but more importantly, it's actually your virtual HQ. And what we mean by virtual HQ is really a permanent virtual or an online space where your team can come hang out, where your customers and prospects can talk to you. And this is really important. And of course, Vidphone, we are very happy and proud to launch or to release the virtual office to the entire audience. Feel free to go and try it out, right? It's the first in class kind of product. Now, this is a very important feature as well: webinars and live streaming. And for us, it's basically the Splash TV. So whatever your brand is, you can go ahead and have your own personal TV or your personal live streaming station. Now, what we are doing today, right now, is a webinar or a live stream. People many times confuse the live streaming platforms with video conferencing platforms. And I think it's very important to understand that there's a lot of difference between live streaming and and also conferencing. Could you just give me one, just give me 1 second, folks? All right. I hope I'm audible. Everything good? Thank you. The third, as I was talking, is the webinars and live streaming. Today, we know that the only way really to reach your audience in an effective way is using webinars or live streaming. Now, one of the main differences, or something that you need to notice or take note of as a presenter, is that make sure that you're using a platform that does not force the consumers to download an application. Now, why am I saying this, right? Of course, one is that Vidphone by default is a no download platform. It's a browser based platform, but that's not the main thing here. Let's understand why we do this. Number one, if you want to talk to external audiences, right? You want to talk to people outside of who you may talk to on a daily basis. It's asking too much for them to download a particular webinar software, right? And the second thing is that we have also seen many cases where users' data has got compromised, user privacy has got compromised. And let's come to why that happened. It happened because somebody installed something somewhere, right? And if you have in some way contributed to that download, well, you are also kind of responsible for that, for that loss of data or for that, hijack. So be very careful here. And of course, Vidphone, we have a full suite webinar platform. And what we mean by that is it not only gives you the webinar tools on your own platform, you can actually go ahead and stream these on Facebook, on YouTube, also able to watch the recorded videos. You can also embed the webinar software into your website. So you're able to draw a lot of people into your website as opposed to a third party, right? So this is really important for outreach, for marketing, and even for trainings, right? We use webinars and live streaming extensively. With Vidphone, the beauty is that you have a very beautiful URL. It could just be your business, /TV, right? Or, vidphone.me/xyz/TV. Really easy for consumers. Now we come to the big play of last year, whole of 2020. I think the world was completely into video conferencing. And of course, for us, the same rules apply, right? Do not force your consumers or your users to download an application. Very important. And as we understand and as we know and as we see governments all over the world become very strict about tracking private data and stuff like that, people will realize why browser based is so much better, right? Not only that, of course, with just like you have the /TV, on Vidphone you have permanent rooms, which is just your /rooms. So vidphone.me/xyz/rooms is your permanent dedicated room where anybody can come inside. You can really have conversations with them in a very secure environment. A beautiful feature that we have launched recently with our Vidphone rooms is what we call theme rooms. Now, I think all of us have used the usual suspects in conferencing, and how many of you feel that everything looks like the same, right? I mean, it's getting to where probably e-commerce sites were back 10 years ago. Everything looks the same. They have the grid kind of view, and nothing really special that makes it feel like your platform. And when you look at business solutions, we know that many here are already founders, entrepreneurs, people who want to really become entrepreneurs also. It is important that you have your own brand, your own kind of feeling, or your own kind of theme that your consumers can really experience. So rooms, extremely important feature. And as you know, with Vidphone, we offer like a whole suite of video conferencing solutions. Please feel free to take a look. Now, this is a breakthrough technology, right? What I've been saying so far, well, everyone in the remote world is probably doing at slightly different levels. But hey, you know what? The fact is that the results have been really bad. People have been telling us that remote work is really painful. While they love working remotely, ask the customer-facing teams, like the sales team, support team, and marketing team. They will tell you that life has become hell, right? It's really difficult to engage with customers remotely, and that's a real big problem. Now, why that happens is because let's understand this, right? What gets you into a brand, what gets you really excited about taking details about a product is what we call asynchronous information. Think of it as a TV ad, right? When you're watching this TV ad, only the ad of the TV is live, or it's actually playing. You are not actually there concurrently at the same time. Similarly, with email marketing has been extremely effective. In fact, it's the number one channel for business communication. Why is that so? Right? It's really because you don't need to be online at the same time as the person at the other end. Now, video mail takes the best of video conferencing and email. You're able to shoot out very, very simple videos and send it out to your customers or your prospects. Now, the benefit is that they don't need to be online at the same time as you are. And so they can really check it out in their own free time. They can, share it with the people who are also taking the decision and really get back and set up a convenient meeting with you. Now, video mail, not too many people in the world are using this. And let me tell you that people who jump onto this bandwagon first, the guys who use video mail effectively, are really going to shine in this remote workplace, right? So again, Vmail is a proprietary technology launched by Vidphone. And of course, all our consumers, all our users today have access to Vmail, and many of them are already beginning to use it in very, very effective ways, right? So the fifth very, very important tool is Vmail. And now coming to the last point for today, that's my very, very short and crisp presentation. The sixth, again, this is a secret sauce, right? This is magic right here on Vidphone. Nowhere in the world do you have a platform where you can see a complete list of all your remote prospects, your leads, your customers in one elegant platform, right? So VCRM, or video CRM, is what we call is the CRM of the future. It in fact is already the CRM of the present, right? If you want to engage with your remote customers and you're using the old CRM tools, well, that's just a sure shot way of failure, right? So look at what's next, be ahead of the curve, adopt video in a very, very holistic way, and most importantly, in your VCRM. Of course, VCRM is a slightly technical topic, how to manage the CRM, how to be able to maximize the kind of conversions. We are, obviously a lot of trainings on that. You'll also find some tutorials when you sign up. So I'm really, really excited about VCRM, which is, going to define really the customer journey, right, in the future. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly sum up. Number one, make sure you have a connected computer, not a mobile phone. Ideally, you want to use a computer so you can screen share and, basically have a lot better kind of, view. And of course, good quality headphones, right, with a mic. The second, a dedicated workspace, your VirtualHQ or your virtual office. Again, breakthrough technology by Vidphone. We're very, very happy and excited to be able to provide this to our audience. The third, webinars and live streaming, your number one marketing and broadcast solution today, /TV. The fourth comes to conferencing, video meetings, but video meetings done right? Don't get them to download an app. Give them your own kind of branded feeling, and most importantly, a permanent video conferencing room to avoid sending scheduled links back and forth. The fifth, video mail, first in class in the world. The number one way to attract your customers or your prospects using asynchronous video communications. And the last point, putting everything together into a very, very elegant kind of platform to monitor your customer journey, right from prospects, leads to customers, and then of course to happy customers and referring customers, right? This is what you need. VCRM by Vidphone. Very, very excited. And of course, we have like a big offer running right now. Like there's like 80% discount on all of our products. It's not going to last for long, right? So we're doing this to support businesses in the remote, in the lockdown time. Go ahead and sign up. Trust me, you will be very, very benefited by all these tools. Happy to say that this is all brought to you by Vidphone, vidphone.me. So that's the website. Please feel free to go ahead there and use our platform. Thank you so much for your time, folks, and happy to answer some Q&A. Any questions, audience? Please feel free to drop it in the comments box. Very, very excited to have all you guys. Shravan, Gauss, Nanda, AK, Sumana, again, thanks all for joining, and all the others as well across Facebook and YouTube. Vijetha, those are the 6 tools for video, virtual work.
Absolutely. So I have actually I have enabled a raise hand. So if anyone wants to come in and say hi, and also of course if they want to put your questions also on the chat box, we are happy to do that. Okay, because we want to keep the ball rolling. It's 4:15 now. Okay, so just we'll break it up into bits and pieces, but of course, video sales, of course, with lockdown, hopefully getting better. But guys, stay safe, stay healthy. If you don't need to travel, if you don't need to step out too often, please keep that in mind that you should not be doing it because there are risks even now. So let's be careful. All right. So I'm just going to show a few very simple pointers, Jagat, and then we'll also dovetail it with all remote sales, remote HQ, virtual office. These are the themes of the day. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm putting a screen share. All right, and then I will just okay. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, sir. Perfect. Yeah.
All right, great. So
Audience
okay, let
can,
me.
audience can click on Vijetha's screen to view the full screen for a screen share.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So I will be moving a little bit faster than normal, but then I guess that should be there. Okay. So sales 5x. By the way, it's the co-founder is Anmol Garg. For those who are from the founders feed and from the Bangalore ecosystem, he's also a brilliant stand-up comedian. His videos are really fun. He's there on YouTube, so you should be looking at this. So Jagat, here what I'm trying to emphasize over here is that the entrepreneur, the co-founder, even if they don't come a sales background, it's very important for them to actually get into the sales, business development, reaching out to customers, networking with them, etc., right? Because unless you do that, you will not be able to take off from the ground. And the three C's: confidence, communication, and courage. We should not hide behind the fact that I don't have time, I'm not ready, I've never done sales, I don't know how to do all these PowerPoints or presentations, I don't have the courage, or I would prefer to hire someone, pay them money, and let them convert. It won't work that way. Okay. Again, we are not here to talk down to anyone or try to tell you what is right. This is not a Gyan session, but remember now that we have video platforms, you can do remote sales, you have these virtual offices. Please utilize all this very smartly as co-founders, as entrepreneurs, to communicate, network, and build value with your customers. All right. There are different ways to do sales, whether you're doing it, say, sitting in Bangalore or sitting wherever you are, sitting in Bangalore, because we have people from outside smaller towns. You still have to call, you still have to create beautiful emails, you still need to schedule meetings. So we talked about how do you schedule meetings on, Vidphone or from all the various other tools. You have to create this ambience, this atmosphere, and this comfort level so you can engage with them. Remember here, video plays a very important and critical role over here. Scheduling meetings, scheduling a video call, all right, sending them a nice, beautiful email, and then very quick, very fast, precise responses. Because then you can delight them. You send them the codes immediately. You give them the information that they want as quickly as possible. So this is like almost like the flywheel concept as well, where you're constantly growing, but you're constantly engaging, delighting, and attracting new customers. Lots of things that you can do, but again, I want to focus on product videos are very important, whatever you want to call it, explainer videos, product videos, getting testimonials. Please be involved in creating white papers, this podcast, this blog post that you need to do, creating like, okay, if you invest in us, if you buy this XYZ product from us, this is the return on investment that we can give to you. This is the solutions that we can give to you. This is everything about a product. For example, what Jagat also showed, right? It's so neatly done on his website and everything. This is what we can do for you. This is what you will get in return. This is the problem that we are solving, right? You understand the pain points of the customers, and accordingly you prepare things and you crack it. Okay, I want to emphasize again, your website has to be top notch. You must have a presence in all the social media. You have to have a product video. Without that, it is going to be tougher and tougher for you to complete your sales process. Yes, these are some inputs that I want to give. I don't want to go too much into the B2B prospecting, but yes, cold calling, you should never stop. Try to attend all these various webinars and everything that is happening, and make them feel comfortable. So some of the key words I want to talk over here is make them feel comfortable with you. All right, show them, find out what they want. We keep talking about pain points. You must find out what they want and engage with the right people. The worst thing that you can ever do is talk to the wrong person, the wrong people who are not the decision makers, and you'll get so depressed. Okay, a little bit of a confluence that a salesperson can't just turn up. You must have a strategy in place. You must have your marketing collaterals. You must have your explainer video. You must have a very neat website. You must have a beautiful email template with you with a proper subject line, etc. So I'm just giving a few pointers over here that your website, your social media, the kind of, even your proposal that you submit, it has to be very neat. It has to be very clean. It has to have your branding. It has to have your logos. Your website should be updated. And many times doing good, networking, giving referrals, getting referrals, helping your clients, working with them. Okay. Yes. Now I know that I've also put trade shows and conference presentations. Fingers crossed things will change. But imagine that you can't do it. Still use video. Still use these various tools that are there. Use the concepts of remote CEO, remote sales, virtual HQ, virtual offices to network and bring people together. Okay. And get client testimonials, right? I mean, you got to negotiate, you got to have beautiful contracts. You must make sure that your customers and your clients are very, very, very happy with you. And please create all these videos and blogs and newsletters and the beautiful graphics that how Jagat showed his presentation, right? That builds a sense of confidence in people that okay, these guys really know what they're doing. They seem to understand our pain points. All right. Quickly want to talk about this that 2 minute, like, we're talking about relationship building, we're talking about knowledge based selling. So you're not just trying to push your solutions down someone's throat. You're actually building a relationship. You're asking them a lot of questions. You're trying to understand how we can really really help you. Okay, so it's not just saying that look, I got my product, I'm just asking you a couple of questions, I'm going to spend a lot of time on presentations and telling you how great we are, and then you expect it to close. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, be careful. What really matters is asking questions, understanding pain points. And this is not just about India, right? It is even in the globe, all over the world. These are the very simple things. Build a relationship. Okay, be like almost like a consultant. Become a thought leader. Be someone who can be trusted. Don't just push sales. Follow up, use the video, spend time on social media to listen into your customers, understand who they are, what they are. If you know that a prospective customer is speaking at a webinar or we keep doing so many of these events on Type Bangalore and Vidphone, etc. Understand who they are, what they are. Check out their LinkedIn profiles. And only then will you be in a better position to have a very warm relationship. And then your closure will be much, much more better. Okay. So I just want to keep this very, very brief, and I'm going to now go back, and I have one more small presentation that I'm going to restart. So I'm going to stop this. Okay. And now I'm going to stop presenting, and I'm going to start with my next one. Okay, sales and networking 2021, right? Networking doesn't stop, by the way, guys. It doesn't ever stop. So these are some of the things. Right? So I'm talking about very focused stuff, right? It is about trust, it's about sales, and it's about relationship. Okay, and it doesn't just stop from the time they sell to you or you got the check or whatever. It's also about the post sale, right? Are you taking feedback from them? Are you making yourself available to them after the sale so that in case they have some challenges, you are there for them? And let us be very clear, if they don't trust you, if they don't like you, they will not do business with you. You may have the best of products, but if there is any deficit in this first two pointers, they will not look at you. They will not want to keep talking to you. They don't want to spend time with you because they also feel our time is precious. Okay, so understand the problem, understand the right way to connect with the lead. Do they prefer email? Do they prefer LinkedIn? Don't call them during, let's say, lunch hour. Don't call them early morning. I mean, people are different. Maybe they have certain Mondays, Tuesdays, they're focused. So you got to get all this information. When is the right time to talk to them? How do we talk to them? Okay, and don't only send standardized pitches to each guys. Please understand that first of all, only start pitching once they have that trust factor established. You have showed them some value. Okay, and then make it as personal as possible, because if it's too much like a very generic thing, they lose interest very fast. So the relationship won't work out too well. Okay, this is about you're actually being a consultant. You're actually being a person who really cares for them. You understand that they are also answerable to a lot of people. You also, etc. So you make sure that whatever recommendations you're giving, it is based on expertise about solving a pain point, good quality, and you have got customer testimonials. And only then, it's not just about price. It's not just about I got a product and you got to buy this and this is what you have to pay and that. Please don't do that because it's very risky. Okay, this is not just about SaaS, about relationship, being a consultant, being someone who shows and walking the talk of I care for you. You can trust me. I will not let you down. Okay, so please reference the problem. What is the thing that you're going to be solving for them? And also you should have a well-rounded personality, right? You should be able to talk about hobbies, should be talk about not politics or anything, but about it. You should keep some reports ready with you that you can share with your client or your potential person, because if you give them some education, you give them knowledge, they will really love you for that. Just imagine that you're doing some global sales, right? You get them some nice reports about the Indian ecosystem. You give them some nice reports about government policies. Man, they will trust you for that. They will respect you for that. They will love you for that. If you tell them that, look, we have understood your pain points. We have done a market research, whether you're dealing, say, with Germany or Netherlands or Sri Lanka or Nepal or wherever, whichever country, you've done some research around the culture. You understand and respect them. They will love you for that, because this is what all the research that you do is about: relationship building. Okay, and if you show them love on LinkedIn, supposing for example you see that they've done some beautiful articles, they've published a blog, you go there, you like it, you put a nice comment on it, you reshare it, that's it. They will really appreciate you for it. Of course, you got to have a great product. Of course, you got to have fantastic after sales service. Your price has to be perfect. At the same time, these are some of the things where you're not really selling, but you're building a relationship. You're building warmth. And please understand this, that by doing all that, it's not guaranteed that you'll get the sale, because they also understand these techniques, because they also go through all these presentations and training workshops and coaching from people. But at least you show that you care. Okay. So now some of these questions that I did talk about it, but I want to just take 2 more minutes on this. So what are the ways to get in front of your clients and prospects? Okay. So you got to go back. You got to, as I said, they maybe have published something. They've got some blogs. Connect with them, engage with the content. I want to emphasize on this again and again. Today, it's all about, as Jagat is talking about, remote HQ, virtual office, video mails, video CRMs, right? This is the way to do it. And when you have platforms like Vidphone, take advantage of this. Please understand their social media presence, do your research work, figure out how that works. Be careful not to be too aggressive. Okay. Remember, you're going to come in as a partner. And a partner is very respectful, very trustworthy, and understands just your pain points, etc. Okay. And also, I want to emphasize on this: that selling is not about manipulating people. It's instead finding out what they want and really appealing to them, solve that pain point. Okay, the heart of selling. This is what this is all about. Yes, there are too many people say that sell ice to the Eskimos, sell sand in the desert, whatever. Please don't go there, because that is only going to lead to such mistrust. And if you're going to have a long career in sales, business development, you're going to be a co-founder, you're going to build your own startup, you mess up with people and you have a bad reputation, you will not grow too far in your career. All right. So I just want to give a pause over here. And Jagat, let's get back to the audience. Let's understand what we can discuss with them. I'm going to stop my screen share.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Great notes. I think sales is the medicine. I think that's the underlying kind of theme that Vijetha always talks about, and absolutely true. I think everybody who's today running a business, mostly the business will not be running because there's no sales, and if we can really handle that, I think we're able to solve a lot of things. So audience, feel free, guys. I mean, we want to keep this interactive. No point hiding behind the screen. Just click that raise hand, get in front over here, guys. Come on, and let's have some chat, right? I mean, if any of you are having some challenges, Vijetha is there. He'll be able to answer some of your issues. Any other points you guys have, right? If you have found something interesting you want to share with the community, stuff like that, feel free to come in.
Jagat, there are a lot of events that are happening. Even Bangalore is doing it. There's events from the Karnataka startup cell, from IIT Bangalore as well. They're doing something. I think we have been sharing on our founders feed, the chat group also. Brigade Reap is looking for people. The Bosch DNA people are looking for people. And we just finished our healthcare cohort outreach, and we got more than 85 responses. We have the Type Women Entrepreneur Program going on. Applications are open. So please, everyone should take advantage of these. Okay. Yeah, I think we have, hi.
We have Shravan with us. Hi, Shravan.
What's up? I'm doing good. How are you?
All well.
Yeah, I just want to. Can you just briefly tell me about what is that work? And I just want to know more, little bit of.
Sure. Shravan, I'll give you a quick brief now.
Okay.
Maybe we can also get in detail. I'll run you through an entire demo as well. So basically,
Sure.
virtual CRM, or the VCRM, what we call, is basically a consolidated list of all the prospects, leads, and your customers, using video for. What I'll do is I'll just very quickly screen share. If I can just give me 1 minute, let me just kind of just give me a sec. I'll just log into my account, Shravan.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, then I'll have to actually get out of this. So what I'll do is, I can't do this now, because if I log into that account, I will get out of this account.
Sure. No issues. No issues.
What I'll do, I'll drop my number here.
Okay.
You can also drop your number or your email. Happy to connect, and
Sure.
I think I also saw you at one of the Thai events, I think, sometime back.
Yeah.
Good to see. Wonderful to have this, great work by Thai. So how's the business? How's everything going, Shravan? Thanks for joining in.
We're waiting for the lockdown to open, but unfortunately, it's moved to 21st now.
Yeah, I think in Bangalore also they increased.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.